Namaskaram, Wim. How you been? Yes, I see
Look,
you.
we both
Not very
have
clear.
blue. Very blue. Both have a beard. It's nice. Where are you?
I'm at Moab, which is southern Utah. This place is known for, all off-roading stuff they're doing, but essentially these are natural sculptures of art, of rock, incredible natural rock formations close by. Is the Arch National Reserve. We're just next to
Oh,
that right
yes.
now.
I think I was there 2 years ago.
Oh, is that so? Okay then.
Beautiful, the red
Yes.
rock country.
Yes,
Beautiful.
Tell me, Wim, what shall we do? Don't take me to the cold water.
Let us go to the infinite soul through the science of the DNA, and for us to pioneer and open up and see that we are now coming like the Vedas from such a long time ago, and now coming with these Western measurement devices into the justification of what the Vedas already knew for 5,000 years ago. They knew about the cell, the atoms. They knew about DNA, the building blocks of life. They knew about our hereditary past, about enlightenment is to free the hereditary genetical past. And now we have the measurements devices to show that. I am doing the studies, Sadhguru. I'm doing the studies, and we both work on the same thing. We want to make people light, not heavy. We want to make people light, not dark. So we come with science, like the Kyan Yoga, Kyana Dipena Basvata. Through the science, through the knowledge, we will cast away the darkness. So that's what I do. And then I use very simple techniques like the breathing, which in the old…
It is a technique which keeps all of us alive, huh? Breathing.
Yeah, that's naturally, but it should not be shallow. It should be gone deeper. And then learn to manipulate through the pranayama techniques. I found through the cold, the deep breathing. I found the same principles. And also in the Vedas, the breath is the connection, the bridge between the physical and the non-physical. So now we can put our fingers on through the science on non-speculative ways to give people the best of themselves.
Yes, because it's a very brief life, and if the best doesn't come out too very quick, then the best thing that happens to us is death, unfortunately, for a lot of people, because they don't bring out the best in them. They always find an excuse why they're not at their best. You ask them why they're not at their best today, weather is bad. How can the weather be bad?
Yeah.
What is the bad weather? I don't know. So I keep telling people, I don't know what's bad weather. It rains, it must rain, it snows, it must snow, it is sunny, it must be sunny. What is bad weather? I don't know what's bad weather, because human beings find some excuse to see that they are not at their best, which is the most unfortunate thing which we have been trying to change in many ways. You know, I must tell you this, when I was 25 years of age, certain things exploded within me, and I realized if I simply sit here without messing with my mind, I am naturally ecstatic. Every cell in my body is bursting with the chemistry of ecstasy. Then I thought, who doesn't want it? Every human being wants it. So the young fool that I was at that time, you know, we can call young people fools now because both of us are at this age, you know. So I was 25, I sat down and made a plan. At that time, the world's population was 5.6 billion people. I thought in 2.5 years' time, I'll make the entire world ecstatic. But now you see, 38 years I've been on, 7 days of the week, non-stop. But still, only I think we've touched about 1 billion people on the planet, but that is still not my idea of humanity. So it took some time for me to understand, people are so invested in their misery and in their limitations that they've set for themselves, that even if you show them the best possibility, they won't take a step, they'll find an excuse why they're not taking that step. You tell them why they're not joyful, they will say pandemic. Before pandemic, why they were not joyful? Because there was no pandemic. Like this, they will go on.
Exactly, that is the pandemic, and it is coming to an end. You see, the economy is crashing, and that is the weak point of us. That is the greed.
But one thing that happens with economy crashing, you will have thicker ice slabs to go under.
Yes, yes. No, because, and the water will be transparent because there's less pollution. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
I heard last time you were trying to break some record, your cornea froze and anyway you couldn't see. Even the water was clear, you could not see, huh?
Exactly. But now I know I'm not a seal. I'm not, I'm not. I'm a human. I do not no longer need to go
Don't
under
compete
the water.
with the walruses. Do not compete with the walruses.
I have to tell you, I'm an honorary member becoming of the Polish walruses. They made me a Polish walrus. So I am a walrus. I'm not messing with them, and they think it is an honor to take me on. I say yes. Now, great. Yeah, let's change the world together, like walruses changing the world. How would we do that? I mean, the cold is like Mother Nature. It looks like dark and cold and hostile and negative, but a little bit taken of that cold makes people aware inside, deeper than the way they are able to think, of an existence without thinking. And that is like love. Love is like, you don't think, you just want to go to your love.
Come on, who is doing this to you, Wem? Come on.
Who is doing this? My wife is doing this every day. He's loving me, and my little kid is loving me, and the world is loving me. Yeah, man. So, I just found out you were 63, I'm 61. And yes. I'm so vital. I'm just at the beginning. So 44 years ago, I began with this journey consciously. And then 44 years later, that is now, I actually see it's such a little time span, and yet physically we are changing. So I am working right now with the DNA researchers, the best of them of the world, to show that we are able to get into the DNA and change it. That's exciting.
We have certain yogic initiations and processes through which, I'm telling you, this is very hard for people to believe. The very shape of one's face, eyes, voice, everything changes because the genetic structure changes so dramatically in 24 hours' time. You can rewire your brain completely in 24 hours' time if you're a willing subject. It cannot be done to you by somebody. If you're willing and if you're willing to work with it, it is very much possible. And some German doctor, I don't usually subject myself to this because I feel it's quite ridiculous, but some German doctor insisted on studying my blood and things, and then he said, Sadhguru, your cellular age is only 25. I said, on that one thing you're right.
Yeah. Okay, so last year, I was in San Francisco in a laboratory setting as well. And yes, they found out that my stress the capacity to battle stress was like a teenager. And yeah, okay, nice.
Oh,
That's
that's
all
bad,
nice.
man. That is very bad. 25 is a mature man. Teenager means what?
Maybe you don't
You,
know, but I know.
you, you say you're feeling like a 23-year-old because you're 2 years younger than me, all right?
Yeah,
Don't say teenager.
I think when you were 21, I was like 19. So I'm talking about the same thing about. And only we have 2 years difference. We are like brothers. You are my older brother, I'm younger brother. And we are talking. We finally meet. So
Yeah, I'm the
nice.
big brother. I'm the big brother, so you must listen to me. Come to India, experience some warmth. You had enough of cold, come on. Come to South India, experience warm climate, warm food. I'll give you hot coffee that'll enslave you, you will not leave the place. Once I make masala dosa and coffee for you, you're not going to leave.
Hey man, family is the best. So wherever I found out with 7 brothers and 2 sisters that my actual family actually is those who love me, who I love, because I go for the love, and that's my family. And I think when I'm with you there, we have a great into the bottom conversations. We talk about everything. We feel ecstasy of life itself. That is Ananda, the Ananda principle. Yes, when we feel that we are the master of the mind. What is the master of the mind? The one who is happy all the time, who can turn on happiness. Yes. What would you like if you are the master of your mind? 10 cars or happiness? I choose happiness. Happiness and grace and gratitude and being vital. And I'm vital like a rabbit and I go everywhere.
No. Rabbits simply reproduce like anything, don't be vital like a rabbit, come on. Be vital like a man.
I am. I can tell you, I'm not a rabbit. Yeah, good. So I like I like these rocks.
Tell me, yeah, beautiful rocks out here and I mean, this is not the best formation. If you move further, a few miles away, most incredible formations. You said you've been here, I'm sure anybody who sees this, it remains in your minds. It's almost like living people sitting there, you know? Such a powerful experience to be there. I think I'm just guessing because of its color, it must be very rich in iron or whatever. But when I went there, head to toe, you know, like I had goosebumps from head to toe. Just seeing these rocks and being in its presence, sun was setting, it was almost getting dark. But I think it is the magnetic forces working there, I don't know, whatever. All I know is I don't look at things as magnetic force, nuclear force, electrical force, this force, that force. I just see everything as ingredients of life. So in that sense, tremendous amount of life out there. We are going there today to explore a little more of that. And tell us something about your, what to say, tell me something about the cold. I like warm climates though.
Yes, and you know, talking about rocks, I've been climbing without gear, rocks like that. You say straight up. Why? Because I could read the rocks. And they, when you read rocks, you can read the safety. You can do the mathematics, the calculation that you go up and that you are challenging the body and your mind. And when you go up and you are up, you're completely in a deep peace.
I must tell you this, that you're saying this. I must tell you how I got into this whole yoga process. I was around 11, 12 years of age when we went to my ancestral home, my grandfather's place. One of the sport for us, you know, all of us used to gather there, all my cousin, brothers, sisters, everybody, almost 36 of us. And for the young boys, one of the sport was to jump into a well which is about 8 feet in diameter, and in summers, the water would be down 60, 70 feet. So when you jump, you must jump properly, otherwise your brains will become a smear on the rocks. And when you climb up, there is no any steps or no anything, you just have to hold the rocks and climb. The sheer pressure of that, because you're hanging onto your fingertips, my fingertips would bleed. Between the nails, it would bleed simply because of the pressure. So one day we were doing this and I'm very proud that I'm good at it. But a man who was over 70 years of age was standing there and watching. Without a word, he went and jumped into the well. I thought the old guy's finished. But he came up faster than me and I didn't like it. So I asked him how. He said, come and do yoga. So I followed him like a puppy. So why I'm telling you this story is, even if you do yoga for wrong reasons, still it works. I'm sure you would have loved to meet this man because he lived to be 106 years of age. And at the age of 103 or 104, he was speaking in a public engagement and he had a mild heart attack. They took him to a hospital and put him in the first floor of a private hospital with, like an ICU with all the tubes and needles and everything. Somewhere in the middle of the night, he woke up. In his entire life, he's never been to a hospital. So he just looked at this, he pulled off everything. From the first floor, he jumped out of the window and escaped from the hospital, 103 or 4-year-old man.
Wow.
You would have loved to meet him, he was quite a incredible human being, the kind of feats that he performed. Then I went to him and learned some simple yoga and volunteered in his organization for some time. He was really an incredible man, your kind.
Yeah.
Because there was no ice, there was no ice-cold water, he didn't go under that.
Yeah, but he would not have any problem with that. My oldest participant right now, and she is 98 years old. She is doing the ice bathing as well, and she loves it. And it's not that you all the day are into an ice bath. It's only a couple of minutes. It makes you strong. It activates the deepest of physiology. And that's what I want to meet every day. I say to all the people, you have to die once a day. You have to go deeper than your experience allows you to be. And if you do that, your fear is gone. And that's it.
I have no fear of the ice, but I'm from South India. Don't try to sell ice to me unless it's an ice cream. I'll sell you the sun. I'll sell you the sun.
Yes.
Warm.
But you know what, Sadhguru? When I did a marathon, and I'm no runner, I did a marathon in the shorts beyond the polar circle in mid-January. I did
without
that.
shoes.
But, yes. And when I did it, I did everything in the ice. I stood for hours in the ice. I hang by one finger in the midwinter in the air. I run marathons barefoot outside and climb the Himalayan mountains in shorts. All that I did. Now I want to go into the heat. So 6 months later, with a physiologist, I went to the heat of the Namib Desert, like the south of India, into the Namib Desert without drinking, and I am no runner, just by the mind, following the breath. I run a marathon without drinking, and they saw me losing 5.2 liters of water out of my body. I felt great. And I did it. And that was in the heat. That means…
You are a superman, I'm just a man. But you call me an elder brother, so you must listen to me, okay?
Yes, I do. I always do.
I'm just an ordinary, very more ordinary than other people, so little extraordinary man, not a superman. So the important thing is for us to realize that it's not about being superhuman, but it's about realizing being human is such a super thing. And that is what you are exhibiting to the world. It's fantastic what work you're doing, but you must come to South India and eat our masala dosa and our bisibelebath and drink our coffee and you'll go crazy.
Yes, I'm sure.
And you must listen to me because I'm your elder brother. You call me elder brother, now you must take my advice. 2021, you must come down to South India and know all the joys of life, not always holding like this and running and swimming and doing all this.
Thank you, sir.
You have enough
Thank
records,
you,
man. You have enough
Yes, I
records,
think
don't
so too.
break anything more.
Yes, exactly. Not even the English proverb, break a leg. I'm not going to do that.
But it's fantastic what you have done. I truly appreciate your efforts and above all, to include people into it, not just being a Superman yourself, but include into it and make it, bring it down to their level so that they can also experience it. That is the most vital part which you are doing. It's wonderful and scientific documentation is happening that this is possible for every human being, which is the most important thing because people are just crippling themselves.
Yes.
Crippling themselves in every possible way. So, releasing them from that crippling process is a great thing to do and I'm glad you're doing that. We hope to meet you in South India and enslave you with South Indian food and coffee and da-da-da.
Yes, I will. I'll take you on that. Thank you, big brother.
Thank you very much. Wonderful talking to you, Vem. Thank you. Namaskar. Be with us, ride with me.